What's up, everybody? Bobby Wisnan here. Today, I've got Kat Hammer with me. We're going to talk about anxiety because a lot of people have it, and it's a real thing. I mean, man, it can be disabling, it can be corrupting, it can just really take over and control your whole life. So, Kat and I have worked together for about 2 years now, and I'm going to have her tell you, in her words, the steps that I've taught her to handle anxiety when it just creeps up in on you, right? So, you got anxiety, you're just a normal day, and here it comes, and what do? What's step one?
The first step is what is the source of your anxiety?
Exactly. So is it, you look at the source, and a lot of times we make it out to be worse than it is. Is it something that's real? Now, the anxiety is real.
Yes.
That's real, but
Very
is
real.
the source of it real? That's what we have to determine. Step number two.
Step number 2, has it happened before?
Right. And then the third part is,
And what was the outcome of that situation?
what was the outcome? Right. That's a big deal because we look at that and that's an affirmation because most of the time it turns out just fine, right? We get worked up over something and then we realize down the road, wow, man, I worried about that for nothing, or I felt I was really, bothered by that for no reason. So what was the outcome, right? Step 4.
Visualize.
So do you just visualize, or is there a certain thing you visualize? What do you mean? Tell me what you mean by visualize.
I do a quick 60-second visualization of what I was taught was my lucky number.
Right.
Because it helps derail the thinking and gets you off that crazy journey.
Right. You get something, get your mind off of it. You can also visualize the actual thing that you're anxious about as visualize it turning out positive.
Right.
Right? Turning out good, or just picture yourself in a happy place. Give your brain a break. Visualization. What's number 5?
Journaling.
Journaling, right? So you've got a journal here
I do.
and you've made this whole thing. So if you journal it, what would you journal? The anxiety itself?
I
What
do
you're
the whole. I
feeling?
write down every step. I write down what the source was, then
Right.
has it happened before? What was the outcome? Sometimes I'll even write out my visualization, and then
Perfect.
find
Yeah.
the success at the bottom.
Right, so that would be a step that we would add to this is recognize success. So a lot of times with anxiety it can be relentless and you feel like you're not making any progress.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, here it comes again. I thought I was getting better, but here it is again. It's a process.
Yes.
It's a process, and you manage it. You learn to manage it, and the more you do it, the better you manage
And
it.
the easier it is.
The easier it is. And by the way, can you reschedule an anxiety? Can you do that?
Yes.
How do you do that?
You pick a time between now and the next couple hours. Don't push it out too far. And that, say you want to do it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You sit down, you write out what you're feeling anxious about, and kind of go through your steps at that point.
It's good stuff. Yeah, something's bothering you. You're starting to get anxious. You know what? I acknowledge this anxiety, but you know what? I don't have time to mess with it right now. I've got something else going on. But at 1 o'clock today, and you got to write it down, right?
Yes.
You have to write it down. I'm gonna address this anxiety, and you have to keep your
have to
appointment,
keep your
right?
appointment.
You got to keep it.
Whether you feel better or not, still keep that appointment.
That's right. Hey, it's just a little short one for you today, but this is the real deal. She's overcome so much. It's incredible. And basically, you've created emotional freedom
I have.
because she's managing, controlling her anxieties. Hey, remember, just like I've told you, you don't have to do it all in one day, but one day can help you do it all. This is Bobby Wisnan.
And Kat.
And Kat. Thanks for watching.